Welcome. So I didn't get a chance to record the race I did last night, so I thought I would just do a voiceover of the race, talk through some of the key moments in the race. I'm not going to show the whole thing. It is the RaceFace Sprint Series, Season 9, and it's round 1 at Imola. And I qualified 7th. I didn't do a good quali lap. I was quite disappointed by that, but I was having issues with the streaming software that I use, the recording software. So I was a bit flustered when I got into qualifying. I got in late and I wasn't really warmed up. So yeah, I am disappointed in my quali. I think I could have done much better since this is my favorite track. But yeah, let's have a look at the race. I'm gonna change the view for the start. So in the start here, this was a bit messy. I'm gonna pause right here. So at this moment, I'm gonna go back 5 seconds and slow this down like a lot. So you'll see, so I'm 7th at the moment, right? Duplessis in the middle, Gerber's on the right there, Gerber. I lit off. I'm off. I'm completely off of everything, waiting for everyone to slow down. I slow down. I brake. So I was completely ready to brake, but he hits me, and I go off, which means I lose complete control of the car. I can't brake and slow down enough. I hit Renner, who hits Kleinans, and causes a massive accident. Now, there's two things that we need to note in this moment. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to his onboard. We can see what exactly happens here. So he's going. Gerber comes over to the left. He swerves over to the left, and I am there, and he hits me. Right? Here I let off. Right? I'm ready to hit the braking zone. I see that I can go through on the left here. I really thought I had space. I didn't know he was going to move over. Look at how much space I have, and he just comes in towards me. Like, I didn't brake late. I didn't mean to have this be a dive bomb because I was totally prepared to brake the swap. Probably I left it off. But yeah, the second thing here is the lesson learned is that shouldn't be going three wide for that section, and that I should have probably been a little bit more conservative in the approach to that turn. Since it is the first race of the season, everyone's a bit nervous. I'm very confident at this track, so for me, I've done so many races here. Like, for me, I already know what the whole process is for starting the race. I know when to lift, now to be careful on the first 2 laps. You'll see I'm very conservative on these first 2 laps. I take it very, very easy. So unfortunately, because of that incident, I had 13 seconds of damage on my car. Right? So that meant I was about a second off of pace. And I wasn't very happy about that, but I just worked with it. It's a 55-minute race, and we were required to do 1 pit stop. So my strategy going into the race was to we needed about 95 liters of fuel. I went for a 100 liter strategy. So what I did was I put in 60 liters, thinking that maybe I'll go long with the first turn, and then I'll change tires and refuel with the remaining amount, which is about 40 liters, which is what I calculated in the beginning. Turns out I only really needed about 90 liters of fuel, but when I did refuel, I put in 35, I think, when I refueled. So I was over at the end of the race, but I've had too many moments or too many races where I've been short, so I'd rather overfuel and be over on my fuel than under, because being under just costs you way too much, a lot less than it would if you were over. Yeah, that was my strategy for the race. As you can see here, I am now in 5th place, and we are in a bit of a train here. I'm was really just thinking about, you know, how I'm gonna make this last, how I'm gonna work with this damage. I was still a bit flustered here now after the race. I needed to get myself together and just like drive. But you'll see soon that I make a mistake somewhere, and two of the drivers go past me. I just need to find out where exactly that is. Somewhere I make a mistake where they pass me. Oh, and my straight line speed wasn't great either. Someone went and pitted, so I went up to 4th place. Where did I make that mistake? I'm sure Gerber went past me somewhere. Yeah, he's in front of me. Where did he pass me? Yeah, he's still behind me. Wait, where did he pass? Oh, it was there. So yeah, I think I made a mistake here. I went over the bumps, I went wide, and he went past me. So it didn't cost me much, that mistake, but I was still flustered. Like I shouldn't have made that mistake. I should have just put my head down, been a lot more conservative in the beginning. I think he would have probably passed me anyway. He had the fastest or second fastest qualifying in the race, and so he had really good pace in that Aston. You saw there I went wide in that section. So yeah, I wasn't feeling great at this moment. But eventually I just put my head down and I went for that. So I think from here on out, let's see, does Herbst go past me? I'm not sure. I think Tristan does go past me. No, I defended quite hard. Defending. Yeah, and then I just wanted to get into my groove here. I don't know if he goes past me. Oh, he does. Yeah, he passes me. Okay, so let's have a look and see what happens here. So he gets a really good run on me out of the chicane, right? I went out of it really slowly. He gets the run down to the second last turn, which is a downhill braking zone, and he's taking the inside, and he makes the overtake. Whoa, what happened there? Did I touch it? Wait, what? Did we touch? Oh shit! I don't even remember that. But what happened here? So he had the inside line. He came over. Oh my word. He just... Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna call that a racing incident, but I'm guessing it's probably my fault. I don't know. I don't remember this happening at all. He came over and I came over. Let's just look at the aerial of this. Yeah, I think we were both at fault there. That wasn't smart by either of us. I'm probably going to take majority of the blame for that one. I should probably message him. I feel really bad about that. I didn't even know that happened. I don't remember this at all. But okay. I think from here, the rest of the race is pretty smooth sailing. Nothing eventful happens. This Vias guy was in Discord with me. So we basically said that, okay, for this part of the race, we're going to try and catch up with the leaders, and if I make a mistake, then I will just let him by, which is what happened. I made a mistake somewhere, I let him by, and then we just stayed together as much as we could for this middle part of the race. Well, first third of the race, I guess. Can't remember where I make the mistake, but I make a mistake somewhere and he goes past me. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. I told him, you can go, it's fine. We'll just try and stick together. And then he was faster than me for most of this time, actually. He had pace. I didn't, so I was actually happy that we made that move. And then he did catch up to the leader pack very nicely, actually. Yeah. You see, he pulled a little bit of a gap on me. Here he's got almost a 1 second gap, and he's close to Rena. So even though I had damage and I didn't have the pace, my normal race pace, I feel like I was still sort of keeping up with these guys in front. You know, I was only 6 seconds behind the leader, 7 seconds maybe, which isn't that bad. And we stayed that way for most of the race. I think the biggest gap we had was like 11 seconds. So even though my car was damaged, I still kept pace with the leaders. You can see here now he's 1.5 seconds ahead of me, and he's catching the guys ahead of him quite fast. So I think nothing much happens here until we hit the pits. So let's slow this down here quickly. So now I've got 4 laps of fuel left. I'm busy calculating what I need to get to the end of the race. So I take this lap and I just look at my tire temperatures, check that everything's okay because I'm going to be changing tires, and then checking to see what my fuel usage is like. So on these laps, usually I'm a bit distracted and I'm not really doing well on the track, which is something that I need to work on. So this lap my delta was probably like almost 0.7 or 0.8 of a second down. But it's okay because pit stops are really important here. See there, I went clutch of bounce. I probably got a warning there. So at this point in the race, I think I'm on 1 or 2 warnings. 2, because by the end of the race I was on 3. Another thing I need to work on for tonight. And then, yeah, so just getting ready for the pit stop. Making sure that all my tire temps are okay, that I've got the right brakes, tires that I'm going to put on, fuel, everything, getting ready to go into the pit lane. I practiced my pit entry quite a bit, so I think I sort of nailed this pit entry. I was probably a little bit too early on the brakes. Oh, it wasn't this one. Oh, it's the next lap. Okay, let me jump to the next lap. Yeah, it's this lap. So, a lot of drive-thrus. Rena, Seegers, and Avery. Wow, I didn't even notice that there were this many drive-thrus. Okay, so I was also last to the leader pack to pit. I was maybe 1 or 2 meters too early on the brakes, but I'm happy with that. But then here's the big mess up. I messed up my pit stop completely. I overshot, and then I had to reverse. What an idiot. Lost like 5 or 6 seconds just because of this. Man, I was so pissed off at myself because in the race, you'll see later on, in the race, there was only about 5 seconds between me and the guy ahead of me in the race. And I could have easily gotten a podium if I had just not messed up this pit stop. Because there were some of the guys ahead of me that didn't change tires. And so at the end of the race, we were catching the leaders like quite a bit. And there I didn't put the car into first gear in time also, so another few milliseconds lost there, a few tenths. Man, just that whole pit stop. Lessons for the main race. Things that I need to improve. I'm gonna do some practice this afternoon again for this, so hopefully it goes better tonight in the main race. But yeah, I was so disappointed in that. So disappointed. So yeah, the leader pack is going past me now. I think I'm in net 4th or 5th at the moment. Yeah, I'm in net 5th. Because Vivier still has to pit, and the others have already, so Gerber, Duplessis, and Domingo. So I'm 7 seconds behind Domingo at the moment, but you'll see later on, I actually catch up to him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna jump to the last few laps, and talk through what's happening here. So lap 28, I am about 7 seconds behind. I'm at this point, I'm just like, okay, I want to push, but I also want to make sure that I make it to the end and don't crash. I'm on 3 warnings at this point. I made some stupid mistakes and shouldn't have received 2 of the 3 warnings that I got. So that's another thing that I really need to work on. So Domingo is doing really well. He's caught up to Gerber, and Gerber has dropped a place because he didn't change tires. That's why he was behind. If you notice that he was behind me before I went to pits, and then afterwards he was ahead, and that is because he didn't change tires. So that got him. You'll see he ended second. So that was a really good strategy, it turns out. But he lost a lot of pace at the end of the race. Domingo was catching him like crazy. And had some really good pace. The other thing is, yeah, I'm approaching some of the back markers. I had a bit of an awkward overtake with one of these back markers. I don't remember who he is. It wasn't this guy because he let me by. That guy also let me by. I don't remember who it was, but at some point I was struggling with back markers. I lost like almost a second and a half to one of the back markers. So here we're chasing. Domingo is still about a second behind Gerber. I'm now set 5 seconds behind. Second last lap of the race. I'm just putting my head down here, making sure I'm going to finish this race without getting a drive. Lost my focus there. There were so many mistakes in this race that I shouldn't have made them, but I did. So that's why I like doing these sprint races, because it's good practice for the main race on a Thursday night. You can fine tune your setups. You can You do a lot of learning in these sprint races about how you're going to perform the next night, and you can make nice small changes to improve yourself. Like during this race, one of the things I really focused on was Aqua Minerale, that section that we just went through now, and this section, to ensure that I just did it consistently. I didn't get a single track warning through that chicane, which is where I usually get my track warnings. So I was very happy about that. That was a good improvement. But there were some other mistakes around the track that I was not happy with. So here Domingo catches up with Gerber. I think this is the last lap, right? I think something happens here. Yeah, I have to avoid. Oh, that's the end of the race. No. Wait, I want to watch that in full speed because somewhere Domingo caught up to this guy. Yeah, here it is. He's chasing Gerber. He's on fresh tires. Gerber doesn't have fresh tires. So Gerber is defending for his life here. And I think something went wrong here into the chicane. Oh. That was not the best place to overtake. Domingo. I think he should have waited to the last chicane to do the overtake. Because he had the pace on Gerber, but then just did the overtake in very much the wrong place. Yeah, this is the end of the race. So yeah, some key takeaways. Reduce the number of warnings. Make sure I'm a bit more conservative in the start of the race, and try and be a bit more consistent with my laps. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on for tonight, and I hope it goes better than this one did. Even though I got 4th place, which I think is a good result, it's much higher than where I started. So I'm mostly happy, but I think I could definitely have done much better in this race. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Been good. Check you all for tonight's race. Peace.